Hi guys, welcome. So only this live stream is the minimum $5. Next live stream will go back down to $1.99. So half the proceeds of this live stream will go to my friend who I'm trying to raise money for. I haven't done one for her in a couple of weeks, I feel like it's been. Of course, all the days are blending together, so I don't really remember. Anyway, um, and as always, I'll answer the free questions in the orders that they're received. Um, and if $5 is too much, you want to make a donation of $1, you can always PayPal it to me and I'll just send that money to her. First person here is La Hummer. Is Miguel the Virgo going to contact me soon? Okay. 70% chance, yes. I'm thinking the next 2 to 4 weeks you should hear from him. Danielle, is A purposely not answering me? I think so. Yeah, I got 2 aces, which is 70% chance, yes, and the victory card, which is positive. I would say, yeah, he's not answering you. I don't know what's going on, but when that happens, I would pull your energy way back, disappear for a minute, and we'll see how fast he responds. Okay, Cece, what are Hamza's intentions in the relationship? Doesn't really have anything. Right now, he's just sort of going with the flow. It looks like he may be feeling a little bit unprepared and a little bit weak. It also looks like there may be a little bit of jealousy around the situation. My suggestion would be to take it day by day. There's also choices coming in. So he may feel like he either has choices or I don't know what your relationship is at this point, but he may feel like he's got choices and he's not exactly sure what he wants to do right now. So he's kind of giving himself a little bit of time. Daniela, what's the reason he's not answering me? The moon is in reverse, which indicates that there's something that he may be keeping from you. It also looks like he's pulled his energy way back. There's a third party interference here. I think we saw a third party earlier. Use your intuition. The Queen of Swords is here. You guys could have an argument over this. I would be careful of starting an argument over something like this because I don't want to see it blown out of proportion, but I think that it does need to be addressed. Moon in reverse is like something secretive. Hang on, let me just do this again. Yeah, somebody's meddling in this situation. And I think that he's kind of either pulling his energy back because of that, the sun here is in reverse. There's delay around happiness. The Two of Cups is in reverse, which can mean, it could mean that there is an issue on the horizon that could lead to a big enough fight that could make a breakup. I would pull your energy way back, see what happens, see if he comes forward. And if he doesn't, I think he will. I think if you disappear for a little bit, like a day or so, he'll come forward and you'll be able to confront him on this situation. Find out what's really going on. Because I think that there's somebody that's either talking in his ear, somebody's trying to get involved in this situation, and it makes him hold himself back. There's arguments and fighting around this. I don't want to see it turn into a big fight if we can avoid that. But at this point, it looks like there's something that he's keeping from you. Something's going on. Mimi, general about my love situation. Okay, you've got some stuff happening here. So it looks like heartbreak or heartache is moving into the past. Arguments and bickering, that's also moving into the past. And you could have a new love coming in. It may be an earth sign. Leo, Sagittarius, an earth sign. What am I saying? Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. You're no longer holding yourself back. You have a lot of strength around you. You have some money coming in. The only thing here that may not be on your side is the timing. Timing may not be there just yet. And you may be feeling like you're not seeing justice in your current situation. But I think you're going to come to a point where you connect with somebody. You could reconnect with somebody from the past. I'm not seeing that right now. I think somebody new is coming in. And things are going to change because somebody new comes in. Goonie, what can you tell me about my move to Colorado in general? Overall, I think it's going to be good for you. In the beginning, you may be feeling a little homesick or like you regret it a little bit, but I think that moves into the past pretty quickly. Moving forward, if you go alone, right, and you don't have anybody with you, you're going to meet a fire sign who's going to be significant. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Heartbreak moves into the past. Arguing and bickering moves into the past. Moving forward, you have a water sign coming in that's going to be significant. So it looks like you make friends or you meet people quickly. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. You have the Judgment card. You're being guided by the divine, and you have decisions to make. I think there's also a Pisces that's going to be there that's going to be significant. I think overall it's going to be a good thing for you, but I think that when you first get there, or maybe the first couple of months, you just might feel like a little homesick. Give it a chance, because I think you'll be okay there. Amy, does Noah plan on calling me today? %70 chance, yes. I think that you'll hear from him today. Brooklyn, what are my ex's intentions when he returns? He may not be too sure. It looks like he comes in and he knows that there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done between the two of you. But he feels like good luck is on his side, and that you guys can put the work in and you guys can be in a better place than you were before. And he's not controlling, but he's kind of coming up as like he's matured, like I've grown up. This is how it is now. I'm not the same person I was before. I think you can trust him. I think that when he comes back, you may be reluctant to give him another chance. And he may be kind of testing the water first. See how it goes, because I think that he may have grown up a little bit. Victoria, love. Use your intuition when it comes to love. First card, High Priestess. You're going to have choices around you. If you're not with anyone right now, you have a Pisces and a Sagittarius showing up. Heartbreak moves into the past. Stable relationship comes in with the person that you choose. Could be a Gemini. It's going to be a soulmate relationship, so it should be pretty intense. There may be money around it, but you have choices. So there's a Gemini, there's a Pisces, a Sagittarius. There's also an Aries here. There's going to be players around you if you're not with anyone right now, and you have success around love. Now, if you are with someone, or if you're in a relationship, the Sagittarius card can also mean that peace comes into your relationship. The Emperor could be that you're maturing as a couple. Your current relationship can move forward. There may be choices or decisions that you have to make around the relationship. It doesn't mean that your current relationship has to end. But if you're not with anyone, there are players coming in. Aries, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Gemini. And there's definitely success. You may have like your pick of the litter coming up. Mari, what's coming towards me in love? An old person, or am I meeting someone new? Okay, is somebody new coming in for love? I think it's an old flame is going to return. I mean, it doesn't even have to be an old flame. It could just be somebody from your past that comes back. It could be somebody that you know, but you were never with before. But it looks like it's somebody who you know. Saturn, love. Got success around love. If you're not with anyone right now, you've got a Taurus coming in. Person's going to be very passionate. You're leaving things in the past that no longer work for you, and you're moving on to greener pastures. If you are with someone right now, current relationship takes on some spontaneity, and it also could take on a spiritual practice that you both kind of fall in love with. Miss Galena, will me and my Libra meet again in the future? All right, me and the Libra, we're going to meet again in the future. Yes. Yep, and it's going to happen when you least expect it, out of the blue, because you have the Knight of Swords here. Yep. Nana, General. Get a soulmate relationship coming in. If you're with someone right now, this would be a current relationship. If not, you can expect this to come in. Feeling like you can breathe a sigh of relief. Things are finally starting to happen for you. Or like you don't have to question it anymore. You have good luck on your side. You also have choices around you. High Priestess, use your intuition. Your intuition is spot on. Sue, General. Laying down the law, cutting through bullshit. If somebody recently has tried to bullshit you, you're not standing for it. You're like, nah, I don't believe it. That's not true. There may be some sharp words between you and this person. You also may be feeling a little bit heartbroken around a current breakup or a love situation, but that moves into the past. Moving forward, I think you have a new love coming in. Feeling like you no longer have to, like you're waiting for the ship to come in, but life is moving forward. Not feeling burdened anymore. The new person that comes in could be an Aries. You also have some money around you. There's money coming in. If you're expecting money or hoping for money, it's coming, and it should be a pretty decent amount. I think the next person was KB. Love. KB. Love. All 10 cups are full. Feeling prepared. If you're not with anybody right now, slow and steady wins the race. You have a water sign coming in, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, who's going to feel very passionately around you, and you also have a lot of success around the relationship. If you are with someone right now, the relationship perseveres, it pushes through hard times, and it can be really long lasting. Christina, general reading, Gemini. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. That's the first thing that comes in. You have a new business opportunity or a new job opportunity coming in. You also have a personal transformation you're about to embark on. No longer feeling the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but things start to move forward for you nicely. Two of Pentacles, feeling like life is balanced. Five of Pentacles in reverse. No longer worried about money, or it could be paying off a debt or something that you owed, goes into the past. And overall, you have got the sun coming out, which means happiness. I'm gonna open this window. Hang on. I need some air in here. Okay. Jessica A., what's coming up for me in the Pisces? Timing isn't looking great around you in the Pisces. Judgment is in reverse, but you should be hearing from him out of the blue. Sun is in reverse, which means there's a delay around happiness in this situation. Doesn't mean it's never going to happen, but it just looks like it may be a little bit delayed. I think the next thing that you can expect is to hear from him out of the blue, and then after that, it would be some carefree, spontaneous times. Butterfly A, love. no longer holding yourself back. There's going to be an offer presented to you that you can't refuse. If you're not with anyone right now, you've got a Leo here, but there's also a Virgo. So it could be two people, a Leo and a Virgo, or it could be a Leo born on the Virgo cusp. Use your intuition with this person when you meet this person. You may be a little undecided at first, but their intentions are good. You also have a Libra here. Now, if you're already with someone, it just means that your current relationship can become very strong, and justice is here. Good karma is on your side surrounding the relationship. Susie, I've ignored his messages. How does he feel? I can tell you right now, he doesn't like to be ignored. I know that. Yeah, it makes him feel off balance. It makes him feel unstable. And makes him a little bit heartbroken, and he may be trying to win back your love. Be wise, love. You're about to embark on a personal transformation, no longer holding yourself back. If you're not with anyone right now, somebody comes in out of the blue, or somebody you didn't think you were going to hear from, you hear from. Could be an air sign too around you, a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. Use your intuition. It could be a soulmate connection, and it may cause you a little bit of anxiety. There may be somebody that causes you anxiety. Great. That's okay. Priscilla, General. Oh, wow. The first thing that comes up around you is the Empress, which means that somebody should be treating you really well. Current relationship should be moving forward, or somebody new comes in. Watch out with the Empress if you don't want children, because this is definitely the birth or the conception of a child. That's a possibility always. So just be careful. Otherwise, it's an excellent omen to have around you. Justice. Good karma is on your side. Somebody from your past may be returning. Feeling successful around love that changes quickly and overnight. Julie, how does Don currently see or feel for the girl he's with? He's telling me that he loves her. I know that's a lie. I think he feels hurt by her. I think he's kind of mistaken love for feeling like I think he feels like he's losing her, and that's hurting his ego, and I think that's what's bringing up the love bullshit, but I don't think he really does. I actually think that he kind of regrets the situation with her. I think he knows there's a third party, and I think that he feels weak. Like, I think he feels kind of abused and weak and burdened by the situation. I don't think he really loves her, and I think that he may realize that if he gets a little distance from the situation. You know, if they spend a little time apart, he may realize that. Krista, Jay's current feelings about our connection. He feels like he can't get out of his own way. And he feels like he wants to leave. He wants to leave and move on to better things, but he feels very stuck where he is. He's also kind of regretful for being there or not being able to get out of it, and he's mildly heartbroken over the situation. He feels very connected to you. He feels that you and him have a decent connection. There's mutual respect, patience, compassion, a good karma around it. He feels like he can be himself. He feels like, slow down. He feels like undecided about how to move forward, but it's almost like he knows he's preventing his own life from moving on. 10 of Cups is here. He wants happiness. He thinks that there could be happiness, but he's just not sure how to make it happen. I don't know. You know, a lot of people get stuck in this, so I shouldn't say that because I hear it a lot. You know, I hear it a lot from a lot of people. They get caught in a situation and they just don't know how to get out of it. Hopefully he finds his way out because he's delaying his own happiness. He's not thrilled where he is. Adriana, will this task that I have be done perfectly? Two aces, 70%. 9 of Wands is positive. So yeah, I think that it's going to be perfect. Brianna, I dream a lot about DE. Is it a spiritual relationship? Oh yes, donations on this stream only $5. Tonight when I come back, they'll go back down. Sorry, I forget sometimes. Yes, it is a spiritual connection. Oh, thank you, Adriana. Thank you. I mean, if you've already, you know, don't worry about it, you know, next time. Just because I'm trying to raise money for my friend. Oh, thank you. Miss Galina, should I move on from the Libra? Is he talking to other girls? All right, let's see. Is he talking to other girls? Yeah, he is. He is, but I don't think that there's anybody of significance around him. The thing about Libra, a Libra tends to like to be in relationships. They're the sign of the relationship. So they usually don't stay single for very long. But there's nothing that's really going on around him that's significant. I'm only getting a 33% chance that you should move on from this. So this is what I say to people that find themselves in these kind of situations. If the person isn't being emotionally abusive or treating you like shit, then there's no reason why you can't entertain the connection if you feel you have one. But I wouldn't close the door on anybody else that shows up. Somebody else shows up next week, I would keep them around and I would give them a chance. Thing is that the more people that you have around you, the more your energy is sort of dispersed between people, the more energy, the more people that come in. And the people that are around you start to take notice, just like you asked the question, is he talking to other people? Because you probably feel that there's something going on. It's just talking. It's not the biggest deal, but it's enough to make you wonder. If that's going on around you, it'll make him wonder, and he'll stand up and take notice. So my suggestion is, keep your eyes and ears open for who else may be around you. RZ, what's coming in for love and me in a ways? Will he reach out? And when? I'm a Virgo, he's an Aquarius. I get a 33% chance he's going to reach out. Let's see when. sometime in May. I don't know though that you guys are going to connect in a romantic relationship. Two of Cups is in reverse, and it looks like he's got choices around him. So it just might be that the timing isn't there yet. You may have to give it, a little bit of time. You should hear from him in May. Let's see what happens after that. Maybe this may be a timing thing. So there's perseverance that comes in, but it's later. It's not now. It's later on. But you should hear from him sometime in May. I don't know if there's another person around him, maybe. Let me go back up to the top. I think I might be at SIBO. That's as far back as I can go on this phone. Is T the Leo still single or in a relationship? Okay. Is T the Leo in a relationship? I don't think he's in a relationship. Nope. If there's somebody around him, it wouldn't be something that's that serious. I think I might. Oh, I don't know. Still anyone. I think I'm at Anna. What is JF's energy towards me today? Am I on his mind? You are on his mind, and the energy comes off as very peaceful and very loving today. Nice. It's very peaceful today. CL, will Ovi get nervous because I moved to his enemy? 70% chance, yes, this person gets nervous or is nervous about the situation. RZ, the future when it comes to love. You got a Taurus coming in. You also have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. There's celebration around a new relationship that enters sometime this spring. It's possible, or before the summer. It could change your life quickly. It may be very, maybe the kind of relation where both of you are actually putting in the same amount of effort, and you don't have to work super hard. It just kind of falls into place. I think I meant Sonia. Will he ever contact me for a solid and grounded offer, and if so, when? Yeah, out of the blue when you least expect it. It could be sometime in September. September through next winter looks positive. Universe Flower. Could I please get a financial reading for the near future? Financial reading for the near future. Eight of Pentacles, hard work. So it could be taking a course that's going to pay off in the future, you know, like something you do on the side, or it could be something that you do for your current job that makes you able to make more money in the near future. You're no longer holding yourself back. Opportunities that knock, you take them. It looks like things may be a little slow financially for the next couple of months. You may feel a little bit unstable or insecure with the current job that you have. Three of Pentacles is usually a work relationship. But you get past that, you have good karma on your side, and you have a large amount of money coming in, but it's delayed. So if you've been waiting on money, it's still coming. It's just going to take some time. If you're not waiting on money for anything, there is a large sum of money coming in. It's just not coming now, maybe closer towards the end of the year. Malika, what's coming up for me? First card that comes up is the Lover's card, soulmate relationship. Could have a creative endeavor coming in around you. You got some passion around you. Carefree, spontaneous times coming in. Maybe even a little bit of a trip or a vacation. You've got balance, patience, compassion coming in, along with choices. There's going to be more than one person around you. You're going to have a choice. Mihak 503, does the Libra miss me these days? Yes. Vicky, time frame on when Richard will contact. It could be within the next 9 weeks. Valentina, what's my ex's current feelings for me? He thinks that you're stable, well-grounded, perseverant, lucky, attractive. Well-grounded comes up again. Successful. He's got a lot of respect for you. He thinks that you're capable of a lot, or that you can accomplish a lot. Attractive comes up again. He thinks that you're kind, loving, and nurturing. Lucy Flower, general for love. Look out for some arguments and bickering around love or around an old flame or something like that. Moving forward, you have a new love interest coming in. Could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Use your intuition. If you're with somebody right now, look out for arguing around in your current relationship. But then that kind of goes away and you sort of rekindle things. The world is at your feet. You have good luck on your side, but the new relationship or your current relationship moves forward, slow and steady, wins the race. The love cup is full. Ace of Cups is here. And you have the Judgment card, which is being guided by the divine. So you got some good stuff coming in. Angel, how many kids will I have in the future? I can't really tell how many because, you know, we have choices. But I'm trying to get an idea. It looks like no more than 3. I would say between 1 and 3. Shelly, what's coming up for me? Oh, first card that falls out is the Knight of Cups, which is a new love interest. Or if you're with somebody right now, your current relationship can kind of rekindle. Leaving heartache and heartbreak in the past, feeling very balanced and moving forward, feeling like you finally made it to the top of the mountain. If you're not with anyone right now, there's somebody around you right now who's got it really bad for you, but you have no idea. They have a lot of respect for you. They think very highly of you. You may be undecided when they step out of the woodwork, but I think that they would be good for you. RZ, what's coming in for me in a ways he's an Aries? Didn't you say he was an Aquarius? Or this is a different person? Maybe it's a different person? Oh, they have the same name, but it's a different person. Okay. It could be a relationship guided by the divine, and there could be love here that moves forward quickly. You may be undecided about how you feel about them, but I would give it a shot. I think that things could turn around. They could move forward pretty quickly. Adriana, when am I buying a house? And maybe in the spring of next year. Between the spring and July of next year. Oh, thank you. Siba, general for the month. Perseverance. That's what comes in. Perseverance leads to all 10 cups being full in the month of May. Leaving in the past things that no longer work for you. Watch out that someone's not trying to be controlling. Emperor in reverse is somebody may be trying to control you. Don't let that happen. You got the world at your feet. If you're not with anyone right now, there's a fire sign around you that could be interested in May. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, and you're feeling very lucky in the month of May, or you have luck and good fortune on your side. There also may be a little bit of a trip. Maybe once things open, you may be able to go somewhere overnight or for the day. That could be fun. All right, where am I? I did that one. Yasmin, when am I going to hear from him? It could be within the next 9 days. If not 9 days, it's sometime this summer. Ave Marie, how does my workmate Nerlin in Aries feel towards me? I'm a Capricorn. And how does Nerlin feel? You might make him a little nervous. he thinks he's very attracted to you. Empress is here. So money, prosperity, abundance, he finds you attractive. He thinks you're happy, intuitive, loving, passionate, kind, out of his league, maybe a little bit. Darlene, love reading on Annie and Kevin. Okay. Annie and Kevin. This relationship looks a little bit up and down. Somebody was just stabbed in the back and it put the relationship in the standstill, but they have good luck on their side and they kind of get through it. They use their intuition, or one person is very intuitive and lets that guide them. But it doesn't make a difference. They still feel like they don't have a choice. The relationship is kind of weak and somebody is betraying the other person. The relationship is pretty well grounded considering all this bullshit that goes on. I mean, there's perseverance, which is what keeps it going. And there is some happiness, but the two of them can't really trust one another. I don't know. There's stabbing each other in the back and betraying one another. A lot of that goes on. Dunny, when will I meet him? Sardar? Will this be serious between us? Okay. Mm, 70% chance it's serious, but the Three of Cups is in reverse, which can indicate that there may be a third party around this person. You could meet within the next 2 months. Jalila 90, how is Sam currently feeling about me? You also make him a little nervous. He's got a lot of respect for you. He thinks that you're kind, happy, a lot of fun. You have a good personality. He thinks you're passionate, attractive, loving, loyal, and courageous. Woo, why did I dream about Andreas? All right, I don't know who he is to you, but it could be one of two things. It could be somebody that you're hearing from, or somebody that's been thinking about you, or it could be there's happiness around your relationship with this person, or there was happiness around the relationship. So I don't know who this person is, or where they are right now in your life. It's either they're trying to send you some type of a message, or they've been thinking about you. Jasmine, why has my love life been stuck? I barely talk to anyone now. People go through that. That's normal. You know, like attracts like. So when there's one person around, it kind of attracts the energy of other people. I used to work with this woman, and she used to say that her father always used to say, when one dog's eating, they all want to eat. So sometimes we go through that kind of stuck thing. Sometimes we're building our own resistance around us. So the best thing to do, if there's nobody around you and you're open to anybody, right? You're not focused on one person. Being focused on one person can be, that could be why that there's nobody else around. But if you're just open, then the best thing to do is to just put that intention out into the universe. You can even focus on the kind of person that you want. I want them to have a good job, or I'm hoping that they're going to be 6'4", with brown hair and brown eyes, or I hope that they're in good shape, or they have healthy habits. Whatever it is that you want, put it out into the universe and it'll show up. You just have to spend a couple of minutes a day cultivating that, and it will come to you. And you have to believe it, and it will. Sometimes we just get stuck, you know, it happens. Like, I think that we take notice of it when it's in our personal life, but people get stuck in general in bad relationships. They get stuck in shitty jobs. They get stuck where we get comfortable, and it's hard for us to make a change sometimes. And this is an energetic thing. If you just do something out of the ordinary, something that you don't normally do, it can take you in a different direction, and that can break up the energy around you. So in yoga, they call them samskaras, where somebody is they get caught in this pattern, right? You know, like I always do this, and it starts to dig a very deep groove, and the groove gets very, very deep, and it's hard to break that pattern. So just doing something out of the ordinary that you've never done before can change that. Take a ballet class. Well, now because we're on lockdown, but when we're not on lockdown, you can even go to a different town. Like, even if you're not going anywhere, go for a ride, go for a bike walk, go for a bike ride, go for a walk. Do something out of the ordinary that you don't do, because it can change the energy that's around you, and it can put you in a different place at a different time, and that can help. What I used to do is I used to always think, like, whenever my schedule for years was always the same, and whenever something changed it, like if my boss, like I used to work, I had Friday nights off, but I used to work Saturday and Sunday. So a lot of times my boss at the store would say, well, I'll let you, if you work for me Friday, I'll give you Saturday off, which would give me the entire day off, where I wouldn't have that anywhere else, because I worked Monday through Friday full time. So when that would change, I would always feel like that would shift the energy for me and would help bring things in or get things moving. So think about it like that. Do something that you just normally don't do, and it can change the energy. If you normally make a right out of your complex or your straight, make a left. Just do something a little bit different, and it'll change things. It really does work. It sounds stupid, but it works. I think I'm up to Anna. This girl called Christopher, and she might be pregnant with his baby. Is this girl lying about the baby being his? Oh my God. All right, let's see. First of all, she needs to find out if she is pregnant before she makes phone calls like this, because this is like a big deal. See, the judgment is here, which means there's something that's going on with divine timing. So somehow the way this is working out, there's divine timing involved. I don't think that she's lying, but I'm not 100% sure that this child is his. I think she needs to find out first whether or not she really is pregnant and then go from there. The thing is that to tell somebody that the child is theirs, the guy has to, I mean, he can deny it, but we've got paternity tests that will prove it at some point. He's got to admit to whether or not he's been with her or not. If he hasn't been with her, then, I mean, why would she come to him and accuse him? Like, there's a father to this child somewhere. You know what I mean? And we want the father to the child, whoever it is. So, the real issue here is whether, first of all, she's got to figure out whether or not she's pregnant. That's first and foremost, before anything else happens. And then he's got to figure out whether or not he's ever been with her and be honest about it, because he's got to at least have been an option for, otherwise it wouldn't be possible. You know what I'm saying? So this is like, there's a lot of things that have to take place. Divine intervention is here, so the truth will come out, definitely. I don't like that she doesn't know whether or not she's pregnant. That, to me, see, that's the stunt. That's where the stunt can be. Like, she's pulling some kind of bullshit if she doesn't know for sure. Because before you make phone calls like that, you should know for sure. But if he's got to be admitting to whether or not he thinks that this could be his, because if he's never been with this person and he's swearing up and down, we want to make sure that at a later date she doesn't prove him wrong. You know what I mean? Because that's a big accusation. And why would you accuse somebody if you knew they couldn't be? If he couldn't be the father, why would she accuse him? Because paternity test will prove that he isn't the father. You know, that's a big accusation to make. The truth is going to come out around this situation for sure. But I don't like that she didn't come in with a, I am pregnant. Not, I think I might be. This, I think I might be nonsense has got to go out the window. You find out for sure, and then you come talk to me. So that could be where she's pulling the stunt. The truth is going to be revealed for certain with the judgment card here. Definitely. You see, it's not the girl that would be lying. It's whether or not he's lying. Because you wouldn't go to somebody unless you knew that you had sex with them. Because why would you do that? You can't pin it on somebody who's not the father, because not in this day and age. Maybe years ago you could have. But this is really a question, too, of whether or not he's lying. Because, you know, we can prove it. I believe they can do it in utero, but I'm not sure that they do that. They probably will wait for the child to be born. But when parents are not married, the state wants, you know, because I'm not married, I know. The state wants the father's name on the birth certificate. So the state will kind of be after that. So the truth will come out here. But, you know, it's like this question here is the girl lying about the baby being his? Has he had sex with her is really the question. Like, it's for him to answer. He's the one that's got to say whether it could or not be a possibility. Because why would you accuse somebody if I knew that I never was with this guy, right, whoever, Tom, Dick, or Harry, why would I go to him when I really know who the child's father is? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's going to get proven. And if you're not married, if you're not married, at least in New York State, the father can just come sign the birth certificate. No big deal. Life goes on. But if the father is like, well, I don't know that's my baby, well, then they would proceed because the state wants a name on the birth certificate. What I don't like here is that she said she might be. You figure it out first, and then you tell us. All right, anybody else see that thing flying around? Because I really thought it was coming from this phone, but it isn't. Anybody else see it? Anna, is Christopher having another kid with another female? Okay, let's see. It could be. It could be. The sun is here. The sun is a positive card. The ace is here, and then Seven of Pentacles would be somebody feeling betrayed by the situation. That girl needs to figure it out. Yeah, see, that's really what pisses me off about the situation, because she should know before she tells people. She called and told him that she's pregnant, and he admits that he was with her, but says it's not his baby. Well, if he was with her in the time frame, it could be. That's the thing. Then they're going to have to wait for a paternity test. But did she say she was with anybody else? You know, if she says that she was with 2 other people, I mean, it's not that hard to figure out because the doctors know these days. For example, with myself, first of all, I'm never with anybody. I mean, I've been with the same person for the last, since 2014. And before that, it was like, I was with him from 2005 until like 2013 or something like that. So it's not that hard to figure out, because the doctors will say, like, the doctors know that the date of conception, and then it's pretty easy to figure out who you were with that day. You know, so the thing is that if she's lying, if she's definitely pregnant, okay, and the doctors, they would say the date of conception would be between, like, for Avery, it was April 22nd. And because they can tell, you know, they know, well, it's got to be between April 21st and April 24th. So then you look at the calendar and you, oh, well, that's where I was on that day. It had to be that day. So it's not that hard to figure it out. If for her to be accusing him, I would think that she would have a pretty good idea as to whether or not she was with him. Unless she sees more than one person in a week. I've never been in that situation. I don't have a lot of guys around me, but, you know, then that might be different. But, like, that's a big thing. She needs to, I don't know how far along she is. The paternity test is no big deal. From my understanding, it's just like a saliva thing, you know. I guess it probably also just differs from state to state. Yes, the doctor told her the dates of when she might have conceived, and it's around the dates that she was with him. Well, the truth is definitely coming out with the Judgment card, so there's no need to worry. It just may be a delay. You just may have to wait. Where am I now? CS? What did Jay think and feel about me after our last exchange of emails? Okay, let's see. felt good. It feels like things are moving forward. It feels like he can breathe a sigh of relief, or it feels like things are starting to get a little bit more stable. It was good. Whatever it was good. All right, let's cut off the super chats. There are a couple of other people here that I'm going to get to, and then I'll do the moderators, because you know I have to eat. Then I'll be back on tonight at 9:30. When I come back on at 9:30, the super chats will go back down to $1.99. May I ask, how does A feel and think when it comes to me? I skipped your super chat? I didn't see one. I haven't seen any questions from you at all. How does A feel and think when it comes to me? Thinks that you're well-balanced, patient, compassionate, kind, you make a good friend, loyal, that you know how to get things done, you can accomplish a lot. He thinks you're attractive, hardworking, and kind. Yeah, I always scroll all the way back up to the top after I finish the super chats, and I haven't seen any questions from you, which probably means it disappeared. It already went away. That's why I always ask people to not keep reposting, because then the more questions go away, and it's harder for me to find people. I think Josette's the last person. Is that it? Is there anyone else that I missed, super chat wise? Is Dre going to be living there where he's at for long? Okay, let's see. Nope, maybe a couple of months. Oh, the super chats are done. Okay, let me do the moderators, and then I'm going to go eat dinner. Love reading from now until July. Oh my God, you got so many people. So many people come in, but you know what? It also could be that if you get a job or you're around some kind of, interviewing or whatever it is that goes on, that could bring more people into your life in that respect too, which may bring you more opportunity, because you've got the Taurus, you've got the water sign, you have a Libra. There's also a Sagittarius here too. It looks like you're going to have choices between now and then, and you may be keeping these people around you before you make your final decision, which I think is going to be a good thing. The more people that are around you, the more choices that you have. Your life is going to move forward quickly throughout the summer. Happiness comes in. You have good luck on your side. There's a whole lot going on. There's Libra, Taurus, Sagittarius now, the water sign. There's a lot happening. Is it just Zara and Brandy? That's it, right? Mel had somewhere to go. Is Zara's here? I don't remember. Brandy, how is Derek feeling about me? We're not in communication at all. Okay. He feels almost like you've got choices around you. He thinks that, I don't know, he may think that like you're looking elsewhere. He doesn't like not being in contact, and you may hear from him out of the blue. You and him have a good connection. There's a good connection here, and things could transform between the two of you. Maybe not right away. It might take some time, but I think things, you may be hearing from this guy soon. All right, then I'm going to go. I'm gonna go eat, and I will be back on tonight at about 9:30. All right, thank you guys, and thank you to everyone that donated. I'm gonna make a donation. It's gonna be, oh wait, there's one more. Let me just do this. I'm gonna do this, and then I'll be back on tonight. Tonight we go back down to $1.99 for the super chats. Forget it. I'll use that one. Will I be the one to have Christopher's second kid? I'm not convinced. I would be careful with this guy. I really would, because if he's already been unfaithful to you and he already has another child, and now somebody else is claiming that that he got her pregnant, I would think about whether or not you want to keep this guy around, because this is like, you know, if you two are exclusive and he's sleeping around, that to me is a big deal. But you got to make that decision. And whether or not he's going to want to have more children after the two that he already has, if this turns out to be his. But even if it's not his, it's still a huge betrayal that he was with somebody else, and that it could be his. Think about it, because, you know, there are people out there that will be faithful and not act like that. You know, I would be careful with this guy, because I'm not going to say once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe that. But I do believe that sometimes, you know, if you make it okay, then, you know, he may think it's okay. And to me, it's a huge betrayal to get somebody else pregnant if, you know, you're in an exclusive relationship. So, you know, I would be careful with a situation like this, because, you know, think about it. At some point, you may have his kids, and then he's out doing something else. You know, it's just something to think about. Keep that in mind, because, you know, there could be somebody better out there than this. But you make up your own mind. You know, I'm just saying that this is like a huge betrayal. I think it is. And then, you know, we still have to wait and see what happens, if it's going to be more together at the time. But you're right. I mean, yeah. Because he already has another child. So now he's going to have support payments for 2 other children. And I don't know, it's kind of, to me, it's a big deal. You know, it's one thing if the person is married and divorced and has kids and had a life before. I mean, you get to a certain age, you can't, you know, you can't even not expect that. Because if you expect them not to have ever been with anyone, then you're like, well, what is wrong with them? So you can't win regardless. But, you know, to me, it is kind of a big deal. And then what he's going to do, how's he going to handle it? Is he going to want to be part of the child's life? Is he going to stand up for it? Is he going to try to, you know, sneak out? You know, you got to think about the caliber of person. You know, I don't know, shit happens. We can't crucify everybody for every mistake or incident that they have, you know, but at the same time, it's like, you know, well, I mean, if it happened when you weren't together, see, that's the thing. If you're not together, you're not together. Somebody can do whatever they want. But if you were around the picture and you were kind of involved, you know, it depends like what the timing is of all this. You know, if it was like, you just started dating him last week and this girl got pregnant 2 months ago, well, you know, that it is what it is. But what was his relationship with that person that he got her pregnant to begin with? Were they in a relationship? Because if you're in a relationship with someone and it happens, it happens. Was it like a one night stand type of a thing? Because now we got to think about the child, you know, what kind of relationship you're going to have to the child. And then when is she due? Is she due like next month and we're going to get the answer soon? Or is she not due for another 8 months and we have to wait all this time to figure it out? There's a lot to think about here. That's the thing. And that's the only thing that I would advise. You make your own decision. If you're okay with it, then you're okay with it. And then is he going to want to have more kids after this? He already has 2 children from 2 different women. Is he going to want to have another one? He may. Some people do. That's, life is how it is. And, nothing is right or wrong. It's all how you feel about it. But, you just don't want to be in a situation where you have to worry about whether or not somebody else is going to show up, this is your kid, or this is, or whatever happens. You know how it is. Things are complicated when kids show up. Things are complicated when there aren't kids. Things are complicated. So, you know how it is. So just think about it. I don't blame you for feeling betrayed. I would feel the same way, but, it's, if you weren't together, that's the thing. It's like then he can do whatever he wants. But what was his relationship to this person? Because that to me is another thing. Like, this is what I always say to people. If you're with somebody, right, you're together 5 years, and I don't know, you have a fight, you have an argument, you go through a really rough time, whatever the case is. He goes out down the neighborhood bar, he's feeling shitty about himself. Some young girl comes on to him, he has a one-night stand. All right, felt really good at the time, he was drunk, he made a mistake. To me, now it could have been her, it could have been the whore that came in behind her, it could have been, it didn't make a difference who it was just somebody made him feel good for the moment. That to me is different. If you're with somebody and they've been carrying on a relationship with somebody else for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, that's a different story. Somebody that has a relationship on the side, to me, that's a big deal. A one-night stand that happens under fucked up circumstances is a different story. Got mad at me because I put my feelings in the situation and I was trying to well, how did he think you were going to feel? This is a big deal. There are a couple of things that are like a huge deal. There are some things that are just forgivable, I think, Somebody forgets your birthday. My ex-boyfriend, my birthday's on the 6th, our anniversary was on the 5th. For the love of God, he could not keep the 2 of them straight. It was no big deal to me. That's forgivable. It's not the end of the world. But somebody who carries on a relationship on the side that lasts years, to me, that is a big deal. To me, that's like either the person doesn't have the guts to be honest about it and, leave the first person, or they feel like they owe the first person something. I don't know why people stay, but people do. And I know that because I read a lot of people that are like married and they really want to be with this other person. They've been carrying on an affair, but sometimes it's like money or it's this or it's that. But, you don't want to be in the crosshairs of something unless you know that your relationship is solid enough. Like what would happen, say for example, you're married for 10 years and then a kid shows up and says, like the kid's 11 years old, knocks on the door and says, hey, I'm your son. I would allow that kid to come in. I would want to be part of that kid's life because, it happened before we got married. Okay, shit happens. You don't want to crucify somebody forever, but that's a decision that you have to make. You have to figure out how honest he's been, what the relationship was with this person. If you can trust him, and if you think that it's worth it for things to move on. To me, it is a big betrayal. But if you weren't together at the time, that's where things get kind of dicey, But I still think that he may have a little bit of an issue here with being honest, and that can be dangerous. People that can lie to your face and have no empathy, those people are dangerous. And I've encountered them before. I'll see you guys later. I'll be back in a little while. Hang in there. Bye-bye.